Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Logitech G Play to Win 2022. Joining me once again for tonight's stream is none other than Wisewolf. Wisewolf, good evening. How
Good
are you doing?
evening. I'm doing okay. Excited to see the matches as usual.
Yes, indeed. So speaking of exciting matches, coming up today is going to be the match between New Balance's team Whiff Masters versus ParataFlippers. Two teams that we have seen play before. We've seen Whiff Masters in this tournament as well as previous tournaments. ParataFlippers making a name for themselves as well. So today it's going to be a really, really intense game. So where do you place your bets, Wisewolf? Who do you think is going to come out on top?
Going against, I would say the usual. I would say most people would say Whiff Masters because we've seen them perform before in different tournaments and this time as always. But I think ParataFlippers will surprise us, and I'm excited to see how this new team would do in the current format in this current tournament. Logitech Play to Win.
Interesting. Yes. So two great teams. As you said, we have seen Whiff Masters perform before, and I would like to mention that the map for today is going to be Bind, a map that we have seen this team perform really, really well in. A slight miscalculation on the names. It's going to be Whiff Masters starting off on the defense. There we go, and it's going to be ParataFlippers on the attack. So this is a map that we have seen. Well, we've seen Deadshot playing the Yoru before on this map, so it's yet to be seen if he will be sticking to that Yoru or we'll be seeing something else instead coming up from him. Ice Speed, normally the player that we see on the Raze, this time has decided to select the Sky. Something different coming out from him, to be honest, but there you go, Deadshot. Deadshot is hovering over the Yoru that we expect to see. So what do you think from the side of ParataFlippers?
Yeah, I'd say ParataFlippers is going to be running this heavily defensive comp. Even in attack, I would say they have Sage and Viper lined up. So post plant is going to be a huge thing if they play the Viper lineups. And of course, yeah, that's the Brimstone pick coming in. I would say Whiff Masters have the highly aggressive comp, while I would say ParataFlippers have the more of a defensive comp. Sage, solely because of the Sage pick, because she is a great pick in this map, I would feel like, in Bind.
This is interesting because, as you can see, we have Starter playing the Brimstone and the Brain Freeze is on the Viper as well. So it's going to be a double controller setup coming in from the side of ParataFlippers, which we have not seen before, I think, from them, and we haven't seen it actually before in the Logitech Play to Win in Bind before. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes, but they do have the Raze to tie it all together alongside the Sage and the Sova. Things which we are more familiar with, but once again, Deadshot is going to be on the Yoru, which we have seen before. We've seen it work against UG, we've seen it work against some of the best teams in the country. So yeah, it's going to be a really interesting match to see how it goes. Because as you can see, it's two contrastingly different lineups coming in from both of these teams.
Yeah. I would say these teams are as further as we can get from being similar. Because Viper and Brimstone, in their defense, I would say ParataFlippers would have a huge advantage because Viper is a delay agent and she can delay for so long with walls, smokes, and the lineups with the mollies. And let's say on the attacking, how would they do this? Ice Speed, we can see collecting that orb, getting their ultimate.
Yeah, once again, the two Skies from either side using their guiding lights just to clear off Belong as well as Hookah. Nothing was revealed in those few seconds, and now the focus is being set on A main. And once again, we see that is going to be Zing, just poking and prodding his way through showers. He's does spot a few players, decides to come back in the meantime. And meanwhile, once again, Dennis picking quite too aggressively, gets taken down by Hurricane. Deadshot also on quite low HP.
Getting healed by the Sky. Not the flash isn't deep enough to blind them. The Sage wall usually coming in, for the plant, and it's a 4v3 retake situation. Man advantage to the side of ParataFlippers. The bomb has yet to go down though. Ooh, the aggression punished by Salta, and he will get out of the corner. It's a 3v2. And the Viper slowly creeping in from short. Do they really? Yeah, they do realize, and they quickly, heading towards the B position, and we can see also the Brimstone and the Sage trying to join Brain Freeze.
Indeed,
But
there was a
look
lot
who
of
is
aggression
this.
coming in from them. Ming is also in spot. Brain Freeze manages to dodge one bullet and of course is on enough HP, but Deadshot coming on the flank. Finally, the remaining player left is good for 2 kills, and it's going to be Deadshot. Apologies, Brain Freeze left alone, and with no time, he only needs to stay alive, and yes, he does manage to do exactly that. And yes, smart round. They're coming in from the side of Whiff Masters to start things off.
Yeah, I would say the rotation was the correct call, but the timing and the time remaining was really off when they called that. So yeah, Deadshot smartly playing that, TPing away to win with the time. Not taking the gunfight.
Like, I do believe in the first few seconds as they entered into the A site, they did have everything in place for the plan. They did manage to wall off the Radiant boxes. They did have 4 players, I believe, stacked on site, and the players of the defensive side on a kind of passive play there. But somehow, for some reason, the plant did not go down, which was the reason, is something that I'm not too sure about.
Yeah, a bit of blunder, I would say, from the side of ParataFlippers. Everything was going in their favor, man. Advantage. Deadshot 1 HP also before the Sky Hill. In this round, again, the same plan as it seemed, bit of air aggression. Hurricane getting tagged down to low, but Sage Hill is there. A bit of a default take, with default air control, I mean. Ooh. Hurricane will go down, the Inquator Peak will take down Hurricane.
Yeah, Dennis with the Judge in hand deciding to once again be a bit too curious there, dodging those bullets of the classic. But as a smoke will go down, he will probably go back.
Brimstone Smoke and the Judge, name a more iconic duo.
Indeed, but look at this. Already Ming has pushed into quite an aggressive position, but the attacker is deciding to go from the long instead. Ming spots one. Yes, he's good for that kill. Spots a second. Oh, Poopy coming from behind gets spotted out instantly. Ming is good for that second kill. And with 20 seconds left, it's going to be a 5v2. And of course, the better guns in the hands of Team Whiff Masters.
And look at this Ming. He knows he needs to stay alive, so backs away, plays time, plays smart. And yeah, the jumping Judge.
Finally, Dennis with the Judge in hand is good for that final kill. And yeah, a flawless round coming in from the side of Whiff Masters to make the scoreline 2-0. So saving all of those guns are heading over into the bonus round. That's going to be 4 Spectres, 1 Judge as they head on into round number 3. And we will be seeing the full buy coming in from the side of ParataFlippers as well.
Yeah, this should be going in the favor of ParataFlippers if they play this round correctly, because they do have the gun advantage. And we can see Dennis here posted up. Puka with a Judge. Always that guiding light going out into B long. Getting that information, we can see race. Oh, look at this, a fastest from El Pupi. Let's go. He gets one. Wow. I think they have the side, yeah.
Yeah, quite an aggressive play already getting into side, and that is the Viper wall down, that is the Sage wall down. Everything in place for that plan, and once again, we have Brain Freeze coming in through showers. He gets spotted, but no, he is good for that kill, leaving it in a 5v3. And already 2 players aggressing from showers. Zing spots 1, is good for that kill. Ice Speed following in with a quick second. And Dennis manages to recover that rifle. Heaven spots 1, is good for that kill, leaving Whiff Masters in this 2v3. They do have the guns in hands, but they are held back by all of this utility coming in. Dennis spots 1, does not land the shots, leaving once again Zing alone. And Stutter is there to clean things up. Quite an aggressive start, I would say.
Yeah.
As we saw the raise from ParataFlippers, El Poppy just shuttling into sight, catching Ming unawares out with the chamber off the board really, really quickly. And a good buy round, I would say. I mean, they did manage to get 2 rifles off the hands of ParataFlippers, the side of Whiff Masters, but they do have enough economy to buy 4 rifles and Hurricane with that Spectre in hand. So yeah, not a bad run coming from them either. But look at this, once again, initial aggression. That was a nice flash actually, coming in from the TP to flash through the main site. which means that they now have control. They've taken a lot of ground, but they decide to head back instead, just to take care of that.
Here's a huge duel coming in. Do they clear this off angle? Oh, bit of a whiff, but he will take down Heaven.
That's a bit of a whiff, but he does take down. But the Seekers come in high speed in a really tough situation there. Yes, getting caught between the orbital strike and the wall. But he does get taken down immediately. The Satchel's coming in.
Look at this post-spawn utility. And no, Dennis goes in for the kill from Hookah. El Poppy good for the another. And it's all down to Zing. And the chamber, of course, coming in from Elbow.
Yes. Zing and Ming, the dynamic duo, were left alive, but now Zing taken down, and Ming is going to be the sole survivor of Team Whiff Masters, left in the 5v4. Apologies, in a 4v1. Is good for that one kill. A 1v3 is what he is left with only 30 HP left, and Brain Freeze is good to finally take him down as well. Yeah.
Wow.
It was a really coordinated round. I mean, they did have the orbital strike to work with in the hands of Sada. He played it really, really well, and that was, I believe, Ice Feet. He was caught playing on elbow. He had nowhere to go. He had to make his way back into sight to not get caught into it, and he was met with 3 blazing guns from the side of ParataFlippers, and he died instantly there. And
I don't think,
a bit of whiffs coming in as well.
Yeah. And I don't think Whiff Masters are like now they know the speed in which ParataFlippers will take these rounds into their control. And let's see. Ooh, Zing takes down Brain Freeze with a ghost. And takes down El Poopy.
Pain Shells. Perfect timing. And Hurricane with the Sting in hand is good for take that kill. He's for the second. Yes, he is. That is Dennis of the board as well. And the Seekers are now in play, able to spot the 3 remaining players. Tour de Force takes down one of those Seekers, and yeah, there you go. With the Vandal recovered, and in a 3v3, scratch that, in a 3v2, they will now make their way towards the B site, where Ice Speed is waiting with a Sheriff in hand. He spots the slow orb going through, and the Sun Qs as well. In a good spot, he misses a few shots, but finally gets that kill. A 2v2, and Ming following close.
Hurricane will take him down. Oh, he got tagged. Going above, but no. Ming will predict that. Hits the flick shot. And that is, I think, an eco round coming from the side of Whiff Masters.
Yep, that was a thrifty round with only a few ghosts and a sheriffs in hand of all the players. And they managed to do a lot of damage to the side of ParataFlippers, and I doubt if they have enough creds to buy the rifles. Yes, I believe they do not. So yeah, a good run coming in from them. And we also have
2 kills with the ghost is insane.
Absolutely.
On 2 full buys, yeah.
And speaking of ults, we do have the Showstopper on both sides, as well as the Viper's bit to worry about on the side of the attackers. So if they manage to get into sight, get that down, that would be really, I would say that would be good for them, especially given that they do have a few Spectres to work with as well. But if they do make it into sight will be the question. Once again, Ming holding this quite open position here. On B long, he might get crossed. Okay, never mind. He manages to make it back to sight. It will be a slow push coming in from the side of ParataFlippers.
He's sticking around. They do ping his location. Guiding Light coming in, and Ming decides not to stick around a little bit more. Hurricane gets flashed. The counter Guiding Light, of course, to get that information and blind the attackers. This seems to be a B pinch, but 2 of the... Yeah, we can see Heaven in that A site.
But that shot is good for one kill.
Taken down, that shot, yeah.
There's 2 more players, but is he aware of this? Yes, he is. He gets a second. Spots a 3rd player as well. And once again, the Showstopper we talked about. Deadshot good for a 3rd kill, leaving them in a 4v2. The Showstopper getting called as well. That is El Poopy. But of course, no one is there to meet him. He flashes. He manages to weave through all of those bullets. But finally, Zing is good enough to take him down. Heaven left alone with 5 seconds left. No, I do not believe he has enough time to do anything about it. Trying to get the last consolation pick and save a rifle as well, yeah. What a good run coming in from Deadshot there, managing to get 3 kills, flashing and identifying the position of Poppy as well. And yeah, a really good read coming in from the side of Whiff Masters.
Yeah, the Yoru utility there was on point from Deadshot. The Yoru fake, the flashes, the ultimate to counter the result, everything. And he will secure that round for Whiff Masters. And it is 3-2. Only Sage here with the Vandal. The rest of the ParataFlippers with Sheriffs and half shields.
But speaking of Sheriffs, Raze is good enough to do the damage before he gets traded off by Ming, and also a lot of damage done to Ming in the process as well. Yeah. So it's already a 4v4, and I believe 1 rifle received in Heaven with the Vandal, the only Vandal in the team doing a lot of damage, and that is another rifle recovered. Yes, it is.
Great, Raze will take that now. And the Raze is coming into LKP. It's a 5v3 suddenly with Ming on 40 HP. What will ParataFlippers do? They have the man advantage. They do know Ming is near B side, but they don't have any other map control except the B side. I think this will be a B hit.
No, they're actually starting to rotate, and Dennis has actually pushed into a forward position. Something that ParataFlippers might not check unless Dennis gets a really bad timing here trying to go back to site. But he does hear it, and Heaven actually checks it. No, Dennis is good for 1 kill. The Boombot comes in, manages to take it down as well. And there we go. Using the Stim Beacon for that extra burst of speed, manages to get back into sight. But still, 3 players are remaining here in B. The trademark is good to, of course, give them the alert. Ming spots 1.
The collide and the third.
What was that, Ming?
Huge.
Getting all 3 kills there, and of course, LKP once again left alone.
No time. Yeah,
and the orbital strike. It's going to be quite a safe round for them. Yes, indeed. Yeah. And once again, for the second time that round, LKP will be taken down. What was that? Yeah. What was that from Ming, though? A Colette managing to get a 3k from the same position.
The spray down completely shuts down ParataFlippers. I mean, ParataFlippers had no business making that round that close. But it's still, Ming with that 40 HP, the timing was just perfect for him to swing and get that 3. And yeah, it's another round in favor of Whiff Masters. Let's see ParataFlippers, they are instantly aggressive rounds worked out for them, but we can see Whiff Masters setting in that pace changer for them too. We don't see that quick attack pace coming in from ParataFlippers anymore. Bit of a quiet round, map control game by both teams. We can see in Heaven peeking towards that Brimstone position, which is Showers, and yeah, LKP going in for the same trick we saw him do before and gets a kill. Ming had no idea, and he gets the second on. Oh no, LKP is still alive.
But look at this, Dennis once again unchecked in Showers. And he sees the gun dropping and is going for 1 kill. That is the Raze finally taken off the board, doing a lot of damage there. But finally, Dennis is good enough to take the kill. The Viper's Pit is going to be really tough to deal with, especially with the op in the hands of Deadshot, who is still left alone here inside Showers. He spots 1, but finally gets taken down by Stutter. And it's going to be 2 rifles trying to face this, but I had the crosses there. Ming is good for 1. Ming gets a second as well. But finally, 4 players is a bit too much to deal with there, and he gets shut down finally as well.
Yeah, that play from LKP, I mean, insane. The double settle into the double kill. He had no business.
I guess maybe Whiff Masters was expecting there to be once again a settle done coming in from him. But what we saw the previous round, right, was that he actually landed closer to CT. So maybe they weren't expecting him to do a full 90-degree turn and come towards where the Raze was playing. But no, never mind. Ming, once again, a really strong start. That is the Brimstone off the board for the side of ParataFlippers. And Ming managing to get back safely into sight as well. Already a 5v4. And Deadshot with the flash in hand, getting ready for some nasty peeks. But already 2 players pushing really close. What do they make of this?
Spots them out and the perfect flash, but no, Heaven. Full blind will take down Deadshot, but Ice Speed is there to equalize things. Who gets caught out trying to jump out? Will get dogged again on a dog-on-dog action there. Ice Speed spots down one on Long, and yeah, will flash him down.
And finally, Ice managing to take down that Sage, and the remaining 2 players deciding to push from long as well. The flash will give out their location. Ice still deciding to stick around, but it is going to be Ming holding the tour de force from that location.
Look at Denies. He's all the way. Oh no, the flank is. Oh no, Denies. He was on B long, but the flank is useless right now because they decided to TP out.
Dennis deciding to do the smart outplay, but instead gets outplayed. But of course, Ming once again spotting the battle, good enough to take a kill. Spots a second. Finally, Hurricane will get taken down by Dennis coming in on the flank. But hey, it is a spike down, which is an extra 400 credits for the side of ParataFlippers to work with. So yeah, that's something that they would be grateful for, I would assume.
Is it Dennis or Denies, like Kenny is?
It's Dennis. His previous, this is, I believe, his alt account. His previous name was Dennis. So yeah, just like Kenny, yes.
I knew. Of course, everyone knows Kenny. It's a little twist. I love it. Players coming up with their twist to like honor the legendary players of FPS games.
Indeed.
And but, that's the 6th round.
Yeah, it's going to be 6-3 in favor of Whiff Masters, but once again, the Rays, the Brimstone, and the Orbital Strike, the Seekers, as well as the Showstopper, on the side of ParataFlippers to work with. And once again, we're seeing both Ice Speed and it's going to be Ming just pushing in, making their way from B main.
Yeah, look at this push. All this information garnered. I think they would go for a retake here, giving this. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, that shot with huge 2 kills onto Heaven and the Brimstone. He's going back for one more. No, Zing here, 50 HP down to 50 HP, and he still has his ultimate.
Once again, getting caught off the TP.
And it's down to these 2 again.
Ming might actually be able to get something of this. He is coming from B long, something that was not checked previously, and well, no one was there. But look at this, already pushing, making their way through CT.
Like how Deadshot predicted this.
Yes, Deadshot did assume something like this might happen, but does do a decent damage, but finally gets taken down in the process.
Look at that. They are stuck between a rock and a hard place because Ming is already in the site. He has his teleportation, so he can get one and teleport out, or he gets one, sticks around. There we go. The TP comes in, and it's all down to LPOP. Spam comes in, swings out. Yeah, Ming with the perfect crosshair placement will take down LPOP. A nice, I would say, a middle plan for them to push out CT and take that control. But Deadshot with the hole there, they're like, maybe they will come CT, who knows? And yeah, that's the 7th round. ParataFlippers did initially show us what they can do with LPOP, you know, bouncing around and getting those initial frags, but it's the mid game right here, 10 rounds and only 2 remaining in this half. They need to come huge.
But we did see, of course, that getting a ton of value out of the Orbital Strike the last time it was used. So maybe might be able to save it for the next Pyro round, which will be the final round of the first half. Probably try to get something out of it. But hey, we have seen trophy rounds being won as well. So maybe if Whiff Masters does not play their cards right this time, they decide to be once again a bit too aggressive, something might be done from the side of ParataFlippers. But so far, ground is yet to be made.
Yeah. Ming again in this aggressive position. We've seen him take quite a few people down from here, and yeah, he'll do the same again, man. Advantage again, and he sticks around this time. Ooh, will get punished. A little bit of dink, down to 11 HP, and not anymore. Look at this Sky Heal coming in, and he's back up to 100 HP.
Indeed. So far, the side of ParataFlippers is quite unsure where to make their presence known. Decide to peek, but Zing is waiting with the Vandal in hand. Is good for 2, but finally gets taken down by Stutter, which will leave them in this 4v2.
Brain Freeze peeking in showers. Missed the first shot. Oh, Whiff's coming in from both of them. Brain Freeze finally takes him down. Dennis not proud of that one. The fake coming in. Will he shoot this? He will. Of course, everyone shoots that. And Deadshot will take him down. It's all up to Starter, a Sheriff. No armor. Full utility though. And yeah, there you go.
And finally gets taken down by, Deadshot, I believe. Which will now put us at the last round of the first half. The scoreline is 8-3. It could either be 8-4 or even 9-3, we've actually seen a lot of 9-3s in these past few matches, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yesterday, a few days back as well. But yeah, this is going to be the last round, and a full buy coming in from both teams. But look at this. We have 2 operators in the hands of both Ming and Deadshot as we head on into this final round, which is something interesting to see. But once again, Dennis, no. Trying to get the orb, gets spammed through the smoke and gets taken down instantly.
That's their smoke player down, so retake situations are gonna be quite difficult for Whiff Masters, and yeah, Zing decides to back down, going for the retake. Or will they contest this? We'll see. LVP gets the grenade, no, and the showstopper not hitting, but the second kill, I don't know how he gets it onto the sky. Brain Freeze will immediately equalize that, and the raise is coming in. There we go. It's a 5v2 with 2 operators, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed, Ming is good for 1, but the Vipers. Ming is good for a second kill. Spots the third, but his shots do not land. Deadshot has switched to a Vandal in the meantime. He does has his ultimate to work with to try to spot out these remaining attackers. Spots 1. Yes, he does. He spots him through the smoke, but Brain Freeze coming in from behind is good for that kill. Ming with his tour de force in hand spots the Viper, but no, Brain Freeze good for a 3rd kill that round. And a lot of use once again taken out of the Viper's pit to put another round on the board for the side of ParataFlippers.
Yeah, this is actually good. I mean, obviously it's good for ParataFlippers, but with the composition of Viper and Brimstone, Viper is a huge slowing agent, as in a delay agent. She can delay these pushes so long with smokes and with the decay, with the mollies, and I'm very interested to see how Whiff Masters deal with this double controller setup.
Indeed, yeah, we did see a lot of I mean, we did see it being really, really helpful, especially in the attack, because you do have the Viper wall, which you would normally see being put in the A side, which would essentially mean you could walk into showers uncontested. But it didn't work out for them, although they did want that to be the play. But how well it would be used in defense is yet to be seen. So far, already control being taken of showers about by the side of Whiff Masters. The Sage Wall is there to delay them for a bit, but yeah, already making quick work out of it.
Oh no, Brain Freeze going down to Deadshot, and it's all down to heaven. He's alone in the side. Triple will be good for 1, but yeah, the molly will take him down.
Look at all 3 remaining players coming on flank. Hurricane is good for 1 kill. The spike does go down, so it's going to be a 3v3 inside with the spike down, and all 3 players all huddling in 1 corner on both teams actually. The 3 defenders, the 3 attackers playing on the same point here. Following in through the smoke, spots 1. Dennis is good for that kill. Dennis and Ming follows with the 2nd kill, and Ming with a with the 3rd kill rather, the final kill to end the round, and that is going to be the first round of the 2nd half. Once again, won by Whiff Masters. So yeah, taking a look at the scoreboard at the moment, look at this Ming sitting quite comfy on top with 22 kills to his name. And looking at the side of ParataFlippers, a bit more universal situation there, and Zing once again quickly taking control of Hookah. The flashes do come in trying to keep him at bay, but already Hookah is in the hands of Whiff Masters with plenty of time to spare. The smokes will delay them a bit. Look at this. Already El Pupi has popped in. He does try to get that kill, but his shots miss. Deadshot is good for 1 kill. Spot a second, and Hurricane quickly good to take down Zing, but no, Deadshot following the second. Ming with 2 kills of his own, and Dennis to finish the round. A lot of aggression there coming in from the side of ParataFlippers. They wanted to maybe try to recover a few Spectres as soon as they could, but they were unable to do that, and that round quickly ends. And yeah, a good run coming in from the side of Whiff Masters. Anticipated, and really good reflex coming in from them, Deadshot and Ming with 2k if I'm not mistaken, and the scoreline does reflect that, 10-4. And we head on into the first buy round coming in from the side of ParataFlippers. Look at that, already an operator in the hands of Hurricane. We will need to see how he makes use of this. And Heaven to start things off with 1 kill. That is Zing taken down in showers. And yeah, left in this 4v4 situation. The spike is yet to go down. And Dennis gets healed back to full HP there from my speed. Heaven managing to get Ming as he tried to sneak his way back through showers, leaving them in a 3v4 situation. The spike is yet to go down, and Dennis decides to tries to finally. I mean, Heaven is in really tough situation for Whiff Masters to deal with. They cannot get that spike down because there is a presence there inside of showers that they need to deal with, which they do understand. So how do they decide to deal with this?
Yeah, no utility from their Brimstone, Dennis. 0 utility, no smokes. So this side hit will be hard. It's all down to Heaven, and this double peak timing coming in, and no, the collide. They will go down, and look at this repayment. I mean, payback from Heaven onto the side of Whiff Masters.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, that was a really good run coming from Heaven. 4K, and I believe all 4 of those kills were actually taken while he had control of bathhouse or showers, as we like to call it. He managed to get 1 kill inside, and then the 3 players just tried to make their way through showers or bathhouse, and were taken down 1 by 1. And with the collat at the end was, I believe, the cherry on top as well. So yeah, that was a really good round from them. Mm-hmm. And the scoreline does reflect that, which will make it a 10-5.
You can see why Sage is such a good sentinel, especially in a map like Bind where the choke points are so small, especially in A side. The slows and the wall will slow down the attackers, especially. A well-timed molly.
Yep, already doing a lot of damage there, that is Heaven. But of course he is a Sage, so he does have plenty of ways to heal herself back up. And she will be on 100 HP in no time. But yeah, the scout goes through, spots Deadshot, yes it does. So they are aware that a few players are still lurking here in A main. No real commitment has yet happened from the side of Whiff Masters. Just poking and prodding, trying to see where their attack is best suited for. And the smokes are enough to keep them at bay for now as well. But Zing does look like he will be settling in from B main.
I think the smoke just stopped him, and yeah, Deadshot throws down one of his TPs. Hurricane down to 70 HP from the utility. Look at this utility delay in the push. Oh, Zing will come around and gets one. Immediate trades out, and the trades are coming in the favor of ParataFlippers, I would say, yeah? It's a 2v1 situation. Ooh.
Dennis,
Another
after all of that
takedown.
confusion was over, Dennis was left in that 1v2. Tried to use the orbital strike as well to try and make something out of it, but in the end, he did not have a lot of time to work with. I believe just 10 seconds left and 2 players to deal with. And in the end, he does get taken down.
Wow, this is exactly what I was talking about. You can see the utility when they push showers, the Sage Wall, the Viper Molly is coming in, and when they try to push B Hookah, the Brimstone Smokes and the Brimstone Molly is coming in, and when they pop out, there's like 3 people there to greet them, and it's an instant massacre. Bit of a showers control. Brain Freeze good for 2. Hurricane will trade him down. And Seeker's immediately out. Will spot down the last remaining 2 players.
Once again, quite an aggressive peak. They're coming in from showers. 2 players. Brain Freeze good for 2. Hurricane also with the open hand, managing to follow up quickly on that final kill. Leaving Whiff Masters in a 4v2 with a lot of time to spare. It's going to be a really, really tough situation for them. And, well, this was a save round, so maybe they just decided to rush into it.
Yeah. And I think ParataFlippers did some of their homework because previously on buy-in maps they played, and even in this map, we can see almost on every round, showers control will be gained by Whiff Masters. They will take down that Sage Wall. They will, try to get that showers control. And in each of those rounds, a lot of time it wasn't contested. The Sage Wall was there. Oh, look at this. The 3-man hit coming in. The 2-man hit, excuse me. Deadshot spots out El Poopy, get him down, and that's 1 gun down. Zing gets the kill.
With the backhand hand, gets a kill, gets a spike down as well, left alone in this 1v2. He does have to go against a Vandal and an Operator. With only a backhand classic in hand, he does spot both of them, but it's going to be a really tough situation for him. And finally, Heaven manages to make his way into sight undetected and coming in behind. I mean, well, you know what? Actually, it was a Bucky in hand and he was playing in tube, so it didn't have a lot of long angles to cover. So if Heaven did not actually come behind him, he might have tried to get something out of it. But I mean, it was a save round. They did get a spike down, so they might be happy with it because they did do a lot of damage to the side of ParataFlippers as well.
Exactly. But the jumpy coming in to Hookah, that was the cherry on top. I would say, oh, look at this, a little boost coming in. Can they do this? Oops. I've seen people do this.
Oh, there we go. Oh, no.
No, never mind. Okay.
Next round.
Next round. Okay.
And to start things off, Ming with the Tour de Force in hand, Deadshot with the ults will quickly scout through side, spots 1 player. And the flash in hand, is he good for the kill?
Oh no.
And that will be the Brimstone diff coming through. The orbital strike to take down Dennis has not been the best save for Dennis, to be honest, getting cut down really early in most of the rounds.
I think he was putting up smokes when he was ulted too.
But look at this Deadshot. No, he does not manage to slow down in time and also misses the shots. But Zing was inside, good for 1, good for a second kill, which would leave them in a 3v3 situation.
Yeah, in this side there's only 1 player. Yeah, LPP will go down. Hurricane has to retake this Operator, which is not an easy task.
Oh, but the timing.
Yeah. I don't think they expected to play it that deep in CT. Evan does have a resurrection, but I don't think we'll see it come in this round.
Yep, Ice Speed not giving them an inch, just not budging, but finally Heaven gets taken down from Zing and Ice Speed to follow. Well, the Op, not the best gun for those close quarters, and they do win that 2v2, making it 11-7. Whiff Masters 2 more rounds away from victory, and well, ParataFlippers giving a really good fight, but they do need a few more rounds to stay in this game.
Yeah, and look at the economy. We can see that last few rounds, although ParataFlippers has gained the advantage, we see like only 2 players remaining, 1 player remaining, and that had impacted their economy. And we can see a broken buy. Yeah, there we go. judges, stingers coming into this round. Let's see how Whiff Masters overcome this challenge. Only one player with a full buy, I would say, a full gun, a Phantom.
Yep, it's going to be a bit of a slow start here for Whiff Masters. They did try to aggress early on into bot. Did not work out for them last time. There was, I believe, Brain Freeze and Hurricane waiting with the AWP. I mean, they do not have the guns to contest it this time. Okay, but there you go. The Viper's bit put up as soon as they did hit the scout. But Deadshot does not care. He goes through and Zing already. That is a huge kill for them. But once again, Hurricane, Heaven, apologies, spots Dennis off and might be able to recover a Bulldog, I believe. Never mind, deciding to speak to the Spectre. Okay, there you go. The Bulldog is picked up, but Hurricane coming in from Heaven is good enough to take down Ming as well. And it will be a 3v for post-plant, but Heaven does have the Resurrection, mind you, as well. And the Showstopper getting picked up, but no, the satchel is botched.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh, it's all down to ice speed. The 3v1 peeks out from get good for one, but no, immediately traded out by Hurricane. And I would say Heaven and Hurricane, the duo, I would say, from the side of ParataFlippers, like Zing and Ming, is insane. Heaven always good for one from that shower position. Dennis all going down, unfortunate. I did not think he expected Heaven to be in that corner.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, every single time that Whiff Masters aggress into a site, there's always only one odd player going in from showers, or bath, as we call it. And Heaven is always managing to win those 1v1s.
yeah.
Which means that there's always that one player that they need to deal with in showers. And because of that, getting the plant down is also really, really hard. But, I mean, they did manage to put down the Viper's Fit without losing any single damage, which was a really good start. But in the end, these positions held were really too hard to do. But look at the Zing once again, settling into side, taking control. But this time they are trying to clear this. But Dennis once again might be the first player to die, but no, still alive, still alive. And Zing with his other hand.
Yeah.
So the question is, they do expect one player, but the thing is, will they be expecting two players to be actually playing here? Because I believe only Brain Freeze has been shooting with the Vandal. They might not be aware there are two players, but finally Heaven once again is good to take down Zing. And the Sage Wall goes through a 4v3, no, scratch that, make it a 4v nothing. And an amazing retake coming in from the side of ParataFlippers to make it 11-9.
What was that round? It's a 5v5 retake, but the defenders had two people on showers and one person flanking from short. That's a round we don't usually see, I would say, in Valorant. But
yep, I mean
that's
what I was maybe suggesting, that they were aware, they were expecting there to be one player inside of showers.
Yeah.
But I believe it was only Brain Freeze who was shooting from the get-go. Heaven did not shoot his Phantom, if I'm not mistaken, and they were not expecting a double peak, and the Zing, even though he did have a judge, could not expect that.
Once again, okay, this time they fully clear out and will break down Sage's wall as they should. Yeah, there you go. Brain Freeze and Heaven, we've seen they defend this site once again. In previous rounds. And this time also, it feels like they are going to be challenged. Bit of a push coming in from the side of ParataFlippers. And Whiff Masters are, oh no, but the duel goes in favor of ParataFlippers. And yeah, this is the side check. Brain Freeze, oh no, this time Heaven, they will take him down. All down to Brain Freeze. Will he wait for the team? No, decides to aggress and Zing will punish him. And that's the A side in their control.
Yep, in quite some time, it looks like Whiff Masters are on the advantage here. And yeah, 4 players on full HP versus 3 players on the side of ParataFlippers. And I believe that is Hurricane, who has taken significant amount of damage. And as the spike is ticking down, they will need to aggress this side really, really quickly. Trying to clear these corners. Finally, Ice Speed is good for 1 kill. And Slutter taking down him, and Ice Speed
Yeah.
following to clean things up. And that is match point for the side of Whiff Masters.
We actually saw a really cool push coming from ParataFlippers, and the thing is, Whiff Masters did like predict that. We saw Ming, if I'm not mistaken, trying to like take down the flank, but Hurricane took him down instead. But the air hit was brutal, and Heaven and the Viper could not take a single man down with them. So it was a 5v3 as in a retake position. 4v3, my mistake.
Yeah, I actually believe Hurricane did get one kill, or maybe it was Brain Freeze, managing to get one kill, but once again, they decide to come in B, and look who's there to greet them. That is once again going to be Heaven, the Sage, who was really, really hard. But once again, Heaven taking a bit of damage from the orbital strike, but manages to escape with his life in hand. It's going to be Zing. Finally gets taking down Heaven with a showstopper. Brain Freeze following with a quick kill of his own. And as the dust settles, the Raze coming on the flank is good to take down Deadshot. And Brain Freeze taking down Ice Speed. Good for his third. And Dennis will be left alone in this 1v3.
50 HP to his name. Vulnerable, now 47. Oh, spots Brain Freeze, but cannot finish him. The smokes were a bit too late when they hit the side. It was an explosive hit, I would say. I think Dennis was a little bit too far, and they took down, I think, 2 players. No, they took down Zinc because the smokes weren't in place.
Yeah.
But
I believe he had to, put in the orbital strike, and then by the time he did that, and then moved forward with the smokes, Zing was already in sight. The showstopper was used, and he was left in the open. It was a nice flank coming in from, I believe it was El Poppy, who came through the TP.
through the TP, yeah,
managing to get that shot in the process, and that was the flank left uncovered on the side of Whiff Masters. So yeah, things fell apart from that point onwards quite quickly. And the scoreline is 12-10 as we head on into a small timeout. And it's going to be a save round coming in from the side of Whiff Masters as well. So if things go according to plan, it should probably be a 12-11, which would mean that Whiff Masters will need to finish the game there, or we will be heading over into overtime.
Yeah, I think this is the closest game we had so far in this tournament, and the 2 teams are going head to head. This to remind you, this was an 8-4 half coming in to the disadvantage of ParataFlippers, and they look at this 10-2, and the econ advantage is theirs on this round.
Indeed, and as we start round number 23 of this match, it's going to be Zing once again with this Bucky in hand.
Look at these instant smokes by the Brimstone. The thing is, they can waste these smokes because they have a Viper to fall back on. That's the advantage of having 2 controllers in a single map.
Yeah, of course, the better guns in the hands of ParataFlippers. Ming peeks it. He spots 2 players in the process. And finally, Brain Freeze with the Vandal will take him down. But look at this. Deadshot has TP'd into sight, but El Puppy is there to greet him, and Brain Freeze following with a quick second. And already a 5v2. Unable to make a dent still from the side of Whiff Masters. The defensive, or rather the attacking half for them has not been the best friend. I would say the 2 controllers, as you said, has been quite a nuisance. A lot of smokes for them to deal with.
We've seen Zing take down kills, take down people with this Bucky of his. Let's see what he can do in this round. And that's the spike going down. They know Zing is stuck in this position. Goes for some pot shots. Oh, no, Hurricane will take him down instead. There we go. That's 12-11, and we are, ladies and gentlemen, this is do or die for both of these teams. Either they play for halftime, or either they take this win home. I mean, sorry, not halftime. Play for overtime.
Overtime.
Or either they take this win home. Let's see.
This is going to be the last round of the second half, and it's going to be a full buy to finish things off. If Whiff Masters do win, this is of course their match point. They will be walking home victorious. If ParataFlippers manage to win this round, as you said, they will be moving over to overtime. And finally, the jump works, and a good starting omen there for the side of ParataFlippers. But once again, an aggressive push coming in from Showers once again. Met with the Sage Wall, and taking a few precious seconds to break that down to size.
They do have Yoru's ult too.
Yep, pushing in from A main, of course, is going to be really hard to deal with Brain Freeze here in his Viper's Pit. So yeah, as you said, Deadshot's ult is going to be quite valuable.
Denius is spotted in Showers. Beautiful stalemate. This is a huge round to come by, and the teams are waiting for a little bit of a mistake. And no, Dennis goes down. Ice Speed tries to equalize things. He does. Oh no, the shotgun comes in. Hurricane takes down Ice Speed. Deadshot ults into the side.
Oh, but
Oh
Hurricane.
my god, this man is unstoppable. Hurricane with the triple. And it's only 2 players, and Hurricane can smell them coming to him. Takes down one on for the ace. He has the guy, and he will use it. Oh no. Ming will say no, not use and reject his ace. Goes on from Khan. He does have his ult also. And yeah, spam down. And oh my god, and that's a comeback. It's 12-12, and we are on for the overtime.
Absolutely, we are heading into overtime, ladies and gents. Quite a good round to finish the second half, coming in from Hurricane, as you said. A 4K coming in from him. The ace denied by Ming, of course. And but nonetheless, I'm pretty sure he is happy with how that round went. And we head on into the first round of OT. I mean, yeah, but both teams did not do their best, or rather, they had more luck on the defensive half. So maybe starting on. So yeah, maybe starting the attack is not the best thing, but we will see how it goes.
Momentum is on the side of ParataFlippers. They had just had a huge comeback into this game, and last 2 rounds, we just as we saw, were quite easy. I would say it was I think for Hurricane taking down 4 players by his own. The momentum is on their side. Let's see what ParataFlippers do with this. Is it going to be an instant hit? Will they take some map control? Is it like, guys, rush B, we don't care? Let's see what their IGL calls and how Whiff Masters will respond.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, the aggressive rounds coming in from the side of ParataFlippers did work out really well for them, managing to be inside really, really quickly, getting a few surprise kills, and yeah, from then onwards, it was quite an easy run for them. But the question is, will they be able to achieve the same thing right now without having any orbital strikes, any showstoppers to assist them? Or will they decide to do that and take a gamble on it?
Let's see.
Yeah,
we have here.
Yep, we have headed into a bit of a tech pause. So we'll be waiting a few more minutes until things do get sorted out by both sides, and we will be back on track.
Yeah, I mean, ParataFlippers, just the new blood is challenging already a solid team, Whiff Masters, and no one can like argue that ParataFlippers does not deserve this win. We can see how hard both of these teams going in for this game, and now it's down to overtime. This is where I would say experience comes in. And yeah, the round is on the way.
And to start things off, the scouts do get spotted out, the flashes do come in, and already fairly quickly the control of hookah is taken from the side of ParataFlippers. The trademark is there to kind of slow things down a bit as the wiper walls do go in, but once again jumping into side is El Popi, but no, Zing this time is ready for this. is good enough to take down the kill. Deadshot's for the second. Deadshot finally gets taken down. And as the dust settles, it will be Hurricane left alone in this 1v3.
Look at that call. Just soon as they heard the race touches, even before that, I would say, 2 players rotated from A side, and when ParataFlippers started to hit the side, there are 4 players in, like, already in the side. What a call from Whiff Masters.
I believe they read that perfectly. They were assuming,
Perfect.
you know what worked for ParataFlippers previously was, you know, the rushes coming in. So they might do the same thing. So let's just stack aside as soon as we hear them coming in. And they took that gamble. There were 3 players already, and the remaining 2 players decided to join them in B side. And it was essentially a 5v5 in the B side. And once again, we did see El Puppy just coming in with the satchels. But both Zing and Ming were ready for it. And yeah, he did not do any damage that round. And
I didn't think you'd expect 2 players in backside, 1 player in the pocket and 1 player in elbow. And yeah, the team did not, especially I don't think ParataFlippers expected 4 players to be in that side. Excellent call from Whiff Masters. And yeah, the gamble paid off.
The better positions held there by the side of Whiff Masters, and they managed to finish the game, or rather finish the round. So the thing is, will they be able to take that momentum, win this round and call it a night? Or will we be seeing this going around and around and around?
Double overtime perhaps, let's see.
Indeed, so this time Whiff Masters on the attack, ParataFlippers on the defense. It is a role reversal, but will the scoreline reflect this, or will the game end on this? That is the question. And starting in a second, Whiff Masters on attack.
Immediate shadow presence and control.
Okay, but this time Heaven is not there to greet them. That means there is no Sage Wall to slow things down. They will be relying on Hurricane. And Hurricane has decided to go for the op this round as well. And finally, Whiff Masters, Hurricane misses 1 shot, and now they are aware that there is indeed an operator in the hands of Hurricane. And reading that perfectly, they decide to rotate back to B side. But once again, Heaven is in a really, really weird position, I would say. Playing on top of the wall, and okay, as the wall breaks, he will be dropping back down. But it is 5 players of Whiff Masters actually stacking outside of B main. And look at this, Heaven. No, high speed manages to spot him, and Zing good enough to take down Sada as well, which essentially leaves them in this 3v5. A really tough retake for them, and the Seekers go through, and the call goes that all 3 players are actually playing in CT. It's a 5v3, the smokes go in, which means that it's going to be a really tough retake for them. And yeah, Zing just needs to play off the smoke. It seems like it will be game said and done, unless a miracle is coming from the side of ParataFlippers. Hurricane is good for 1 kill with the up in hand.
No way.
No Zing.
Okay, Zing.
And there we go.
As the showstopper. Well, would be good for 1. Yeah, that shot will shut them down. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the win. 14-12 in favor of Whiff Masters.
Absolutely, that was quite a game. I believe the longest game, if I'm not mistaken, that we've seen these past few days.
Yeah, 26 rounds.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
but yeah, indeed. 14-12 in favor of Whiff Masters. A really, really close game, I'd say. We've had close games before, even though the scoreline did not reflect it in previous matches, where there were maybe 1 player versus 2 players left in a few rounds. But this time, it is a really close game, 14-12. By no means an easy victory for Whiff Masters, but in the end, they do manage to win the game. And they will be heading on forward in the Logitech G Play to Win tournament. So what happens next is yet to be decided. But Weiswolf, what do you think about today's match?
As a ParataFlippers fan, I'm disappointed, but we can see, like, in the overtime, the calling from Whiff Masters was just better. The gambles paying off, and the side fake onto A and then hitting B. That was absolute perfection coming from it. And we can see the experience from all the team coming in for the overtime. And yeah, they are the better team today. But I'm pretty sure we'll see ParataFlippers back in action soon enough.
Absolutely. That was a good game, as you said, and Bind has been quite a strong map for Whiff Masters in previous matches as well. We've seen it time and time, and they have not disappointed us today either. So DG's well played to both teams, and I believe we can call it a night for today. But before we do leave, I'd like to once again give a huge shout out to all of those people making this tournament possible, and we'd like to mention organizing this tournament is Logitech G. Logitech G is the one-stop position, place to go to if you do need to get any gaming peripheral, and Wise Wolf, as he is showing you with the Logitech G512 in hand, I believe, the mouse that he's always talking about. Yes, indeed. So if you are in need for a brand new headset or a brand new mouse, as Wise Wolf did show you, do not look further than Logitech, because Logitech G has everything for every gamer. So if you are looking to upgrade your gear, if you are looking to take your gaming performance to the next level, do take a look at what Logitech G has to offer you. And I believe with that said and done, Wise Wolf, we can call it a night. It has been an amazing, amazing game tonight to cast, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yes.
Same place, same time. Until then, have an amazing day ahead. Good night.
Good night, people.